What's up YouTube, it's your boy Shane back with a brand new video, and today I am going to be talking about my mental hospital experience. I was in there for 3.5 to 4 days, I don't remember exactly, I think it was like 3.5. I just want to let you guys know what it's like inside of a mental hospital if you've never been in there. Now if you've been in there, you know, we're probably going to have different stories or different experiences. You know, not all hospitals are going to be the same. The people are definitely not going to be the same. Some people are going to be more insane. People are going to be more sane, not insane, but more sane, more aware of their surroundings, more than others. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack me a dip real quick. I fucking bought some dip earlier. It's actually sitting right there. I didn't get the wintergreen fine cut. I got the regular fine cut. It was red. I wasn't really paying attention to what the fuck she was giving me. I was like, alright, cool. Nah, I didn't get the wintergreen. I got the red shit. And that, I don't know. I already know that shit's gonna give me a buzz, unlike this stuff. This stuff doesn't give me a buzz. I haven't dipped in probably like a month and a half or something like that. Like, I haven't dipped since before I moved into the apartment that I was living in before I moved here. So yeah, actually, you know what, I'm not gonna dip it right now because I'm not feeling too good. I'm sick right now, so I don't know if that'll be a good idea. I've been having like a gagging, like, feeling in my throat, like I have to throw up, but it's like I can't. So yeah, definitely not gonna do that right now. So yeah, let me get something to drink because it's gonna be a long video, so I'm gonna need to drink something. Alright, so I apologize for the lighting, it's not very good. I just have one little light up on the wall. Not even on the ceiling, it's on the wall. Right there. But yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna talk about my experience in the mental hospital, and what it was like for me. Like I said a little bit ago, you know, we're all gonna have different opinions or different, you know, point of views or whatever of, you know, how mental hospitals are run and how people are and this and that. So for me, I went there not this past Tuesday, but the Tuesday before that, so 2 weeks ago, at like 11 o'clock at night. And so basically a little rundown of what led me into going to the mental hospital. I said it in yesterday's video about my new, or what did my tattoos mean. So as you guys can see, I got this one yesterday actually. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick. But yeah, so in that video I explained why I went. I didn't explain everything I'm going to explain today. So the reason why I went to the hospital was because I was drinking and I was arguing with my now ex-girlfriend because fuck that bitch. We're sitting there arguing or whatever, and like she had said something that put me down in a bad way, obviously. And like I said, I was already drinking or whatever, and usually when I drink, I don't get that way at all. Like, yeah, I'm gonna, you know, like when I'm drinking, I just want to go to sleep. That night, I didn't want to go to sleep. I just wanted to stay awake. So we were texting and arguing and whatever. And then she brought that up, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna, whatever. So we went on and argued about that for like another hour and a half. And then I started feeling suicidal. I don't know if it was from the fact of what she said that made me depressed. And when I'm depressed, I get suicidal. I don't know why. And then like certain things can just make it worse. And that definitely made it worse. So that's why I was like, no, I'm done. Like, I just want to kill myself, Now right now I'm fine. Like, I don't want to kill myself. Like, I'm in a really good position in my life right now. I have a good job, really good pay, all that. they paid for this room that I'm currently in right now. So yeah, I mean the job's pretty good. I've already missed 2 days and it's only been 1 week, which is shitty, I know. First day I missed work was on Friday. I messed up my knee a couple years ago and it started acting up and I couldn't stand, like it was burning my whole leg. So I had to go to the hospital, get that checked out, whatever. So the doctor gave me a note, and that's why I'm not at work today, because it's sitting right there. So I grabbed it this morning off the table, went to work, and I guess it fell out of my pocket in one of the other guy's rooms, because he drove us to work today. So he gave me his keys to his car so I can come back. And I was like, I could go back to work, but they're probably not going to let me because it's already too late. So I was like, fuck it, whatever. But I went into his room because his key was in the car, so I was like, alright, I'm going to go look and see if maybe it's in there. I was looking in here, I couldn't find it. Yeah, it was on his bed where I was sitting when it fell out of my pocket. I didn't notice until we got to work, and work is like 35 minutes away. So it's like, I didn't want to go there, back, yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a really good job. It sucks that I've already missed 2 days. But anyways, that's not the point of this video. So yeah, we were arguing that night. I was feeling suicidal, so I went ahead and called the police department just so I can talk to the dispatch lady. Yes, it was a lady. Or I think it was. I mean, it sounded like a female, Hispanic female. Cause she had this like Hispanic. She sounded Hispanic. I'm not gonna say accent, because you know everybody's got their own accent. People hear people talking different, whatever. It's a different accent to them, right? But yeah, so she was a Hispanic lady. So I was talking to her, whatever, and telling her I was feeling suicidal. I just need somebody to talk to, and that's it. That's all I needed. I just needed somebody to talk to. So the cops, she said, I'm gonna send a unit out. So the cops came, talked to me, asked for my ID. I could have told them, no, you don't need my ID because I'm not going to jail. But I was drunk, I wasn't really thinking, I was just like, here you go. So I gave it to them, and then they recommended me to go to the hospital. So this is where it all starts, right? So I like I said, it all started around like 10:30, 10. I left around like 10:30 and got to the hospital at 11. There we go. And then I was in the waiting room for 8 hours until the hospital opened, meaning, I don't know what it's meaning. I don't know how to explain that, because I mean the hospitals are open all the time, but like the business hours, I guess, if you will, like if it's an emergency or whatever, you know, emergency rooms are 24/7. Christmas, Thanksgiving, all them days, they're open all day, every day. But this was just like a regular hospital. I didn't go do the ambulance, whatever. So that, I waited there until about 6 or 7 in the morning. And yeah, then they put me upstairs on the second floor, I think, or third floor. I don't remember. So I went in there, whatever, you know, people were wearing like hospital gowns or scrubs, like the paper scrubs, not like actual cloth, but it was like paper scrubs. The reason why they would give that to the patients is if you like didn't have clothes. I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, you go into the hospital hopefully wearing clothes, or like if you don't have people bringing you clothes, you can wear those and wash your other clothes and all that. So that's why people were wearing paper scrubs. If you don't know what paper scrubs are, just look them up online. I'm sure you can find them. They're like really thin, like paper. They're like scrubs, like what a nurse would wear or a doctor. So yeah, so I went in there. You know, people were wearing those, and they were kind of like, "All right, well, here you go. This is where you're gonna be for the next who knows however many days." So like, all right. So I went, sat down in the hangout room or hangout area. It wasn't like a room. It was just like a long hallway. Like halfway down the hallway on the left side was where the nurses station was. You know, they had the desk and the nurses. And all up on this wall was rooms, and then down at the end was like a common area or like a hangout room, like I said. Um, there was a bunch of chairs. They had a TV that was boxed in with like wood and then a plastic thing over it, so you couldn't get a hold of the cables if you wanted to hang yourself. Luckily, I was wearing boots this day that I went, or because if I was wearing my shoes, they would have took my shoelaces out. And when I went to jail, they did that. They took my laces out. So it just doesn't feel right walking around without shoelaces on your shoes. So luckily I was wearing boots that day. Um, so yeah. So I was hanging out, whatever, people were just waking up or whatever. Because of like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. So that's when, the upstairs starts waking up. But they put me in a room downstairs, so they worked their way up the floors. I think there was 3 floors, so they start at the bottom and go up and go up. So they wake up the people at the bottom floor at 1 o'clock, or not, 5 o'clock in the morning on the first floor. Start taking your vitals, your blood pressure, seeing how you're doing, and giving you your medication if you need it. Now the first floor was for like the elderly people. I don't know why they put me and another guy who was like 26 years old, I think he was, down there. Oh, because they didn't have rooms on the second floor where everybody else was at. So yeah. Yeah. So it was like 7 o'clock in the morning and they were waking people up, whatever. So I just went and sat down. I was like, I don't want to fucking talk to nobody. We're all in here for a reason. We're all obviously fucking crazy, or something's wrong with us in our brain. So I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm gonna kick it, be by myself for fucking who knows how long. At that point, I didn't know how long I was gonna be in there. I was only in there for like 3.5 to 4 days, like I said. So I got out Friday afternoon at like 1. So technically, I was in there for like 3.5 days or whatever, 3 days. But yeah, so then eventually, time went by, whatever. I started talking to people. Some of the people seemed like they were all right. Nobody really had nobody flipped out, but me. I was the only person that flipped out. And the reason why I flipped out was on Thursday. We're gonna skip a couple days. So the day from like Wednesday morning to like Thursday when this happened. We were hanging out, playing Uno, playing dominoes, talking, laughing, joking, whatever, having a good time. Like, nobody was having problems with nobody. I mean, there was a couple people in there that were, like, really messed up in the head, and they just, like, they were on their own, and then they would, like, talk to themselves, and people would talk about those people for talking to themselves. But those were the people that really needed the help, right? So, between Wednesday morning and Thursday, when I had my little flip out, it was alright. And then like Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, they, like every day they would have like a doctor come in and a psychiatrist and all that, coming to talk to everybody every day to see how they're doing, if anything's changed, if anything's got worse or better. So on like Thursday morning, I wasn't sure if I was gonna get out on Friday, because like I said, on Friday I had to leave to come here at 5 o'clock. Like I had to be at the bus station by like 5:30 to pick up my bus ticket. And the bus didn't even leave till like 7:45. So I could have stayed in there longer, but I didn't want to. So the reason why I flipped out is because on Wednesday the doctor was like, oh, you should be fine. Like, I understand your situation. I don't want you to miss out on, this job and da da da. I was explaining to him how much it pays. It was a good job. It was a good opportunity for me. So, like I said, that was on Wednesday, and he was like, alright, well, I'll go ahead and, sign off and put in your paperwork saying that you can go ahead and leave on Friday whenever, they do releases. Alright, cool. And the releasing is just like jail, but I'm going to get to that here in a minute. So, I was like, alright, cool. So I stepped out, whatever, started hanging out with the guys again, we're sitting there talking, laughing, whatever, so. And then Thursday morning came, and then, like, all the other people started talking to the doctor, and like a whole bunch of people went, so it felt like everybody had already went except for me. And I was like, did y'all forget that I'm here? Like, what the fuck? How come I can't talk to the doctor? So I started getting frustrated because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna if I'm gonna get out of here, whatever. Like, I was like, I need to fucking leave. I don't belong here, da da da. So I was sitting in a chair and I just, like, started thinking. I started getting really frustrated. I flipped out and I got mad, so I stood up and I flipped the chair. So, like, well, I can't really show you. I don't know how to explain. Like, I got mad, so I stood up and I flipped the chair from, like, in front of me, so it fell back. And I just walked off and sat down and started, like, crying. Not because I was sad, I was just so pissed off and frustrated because nobody was telling me if I was gonna get out on Friday. So, like, I was just so frustrated. I don't know. I just started crying, I guess. I blacked out as well. I don't know 100% what happened. All I remember is I flipped the chair. Next thing I know, I was sitting on the floor talking to somebody, one of the nurses. Um, so I was talking to her, and she was like, "Oh, well, you know, it's not in your paperwork," and da da da. Oh, that's what happened. So they're like, "It's not in your paperwork. We don't know if you're getting out." Blah blah blah. She was like, "I looked," but she didn't look when I asked her. She was just like, "Oh, I know who you are." Like, I was like, "You don't know who the fuck I am. I've never talked to you before." Yeah, okay, maybe you flip through my folder and you see my face and you recognize my face from the picture, but you don't know who I am. But that's what triggered it. That's why I flipped out. So I asked her, when am I going to get out of here? She's like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. But an attitude. So I got mad, frustrated, sat down, whatever, and that's when I flipped the chair. Because I didn't know if I was going to get out. So she was like, all right, well, oh no. Nobody was talking to the doctors yet at that point. I asked, because that's what it was. A whole bunch of people were leaving, and that's when I started getting frustrated, and then I asked if, when I was getting out, they're like, oh, whatever. And then, so I got frustrated because people were leaving, and I thought I was going to leave as well, but I didn't. And then after the flip out, and when I started crying or whatever because I was pissed off, the nurse started talking to me, and she was like, well, the doctor's going to be here. No, 4th of July was on a Wednesday, I think. I don't remember. Anyways, she was like, the doctor's going to be here later, whatever. You know, he's in a court right now. Like, all right, cool. So the doctor came about an hour later. She's like, oh, I'm going to make sure you're the first person he talks to so you can hurry up and figure out what's going on so you don't flip out again. All right, cool. So about an hour later, doctor shows up. Hey, Shane, you know, the doctor's here. All right, cool. So I went, go talk to the doctor. Doctor was like, all right, well, if the other doctor said that you're going to get out yesterday, then I'm also going to sign it that you're going to get out tomorrow. You know what? I want y'all to count how many times I said the word doctor in this damn video, because I just said it like 5 times right there. So like, all right, cool. So I went and sat down after talking to him, the doctor. I talked to the other guys hanging out, whatever. I was like, yeah, the doctor said it again. He said that I was going to get out tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. So tomorrow comes. They start releasing people. I'm starting to get anxious. So I talked to the nurse. They're like, it's not in your paperwork. We don't know what's going on. I was like, but the doctor said that I was going to get out tomorrow or today. He said that yesterday, and then on Wednesday, the other one said that I was going to get out. They're like, oh, well, that's not in your paperwork, blah, blah, blah. So I got frustrated. I was mad. They figured it out. But like I said, people were already leaving, so I was supposed to leave with that group. That group left, and like 2 hours later is when I finally left. And I left by myself. I don't know, they got my paperwork mixed up, or somebody didn't get to sign it, or whatever. So they had to bring that person from like the other side of the building and to come sign the paper and say, yeah, he's good to go. So the person who signs off on it says, or one of the people that has to have their signature, you know, saying that everything's good, was like, oh, we're gonna have to call your mom or somebody to like make sure you don't have any weapons in your house and this and that. I was like, well, I don't know what the fuck my dad's number is, but you can call my mom, even though she's like 10 hours away from here. So I called my mom, and my mom was like, I don't know. But like, I felt like my mom was gonna fuck me over and make me, because if they were to ask, oh, does he have guns? And she'd be like, oh, I don't know, maybe he does. Like, if she would have said that, it would have kept me in the hospital longer until like somebody can go check to see if there was guns in the house or whatever. But then my mom was like, he used to live with his dad, and his dad wouldn't allow him to have guns, this and that. So that right there was like, okay, even though I wasn't living with my dad. So I got to get out. Yeah, like I said earlier, like there were so many people in there that actually needed the help, and I even told one of the doctors, I was like, I don't belong in here. I was recommended by the police to come in here, and I was thinking I was just gonna come in here and talk to somebody. I didn't expect to be in here for 4 days, you know, because I wanted to kill myself on one night for drinking. Like that's what it was. Is I was drinking some alcohol, and I got in an argument with this girl, and blah blah blah. And I was like, there's people that actually need the help in here. Like they were actually crazy, sitting there talking to themselves, talking to the wall as if somebody was talking back to them. People who just like had mental problems. So yeah, that's sort of a little rundown of my mental hospital experience. If you guys watch this video all the way to the end, thank you guys so much. Hit the subscribe button as well as hit the thumbs up button. And if you guys ever been to a mental hospital or a psych ward or whatever, it's all the same thing. If you want to, go ahead and leave your stories down in the comments below. I would like to read them, see what you guys went through, see if maybe we probably had the same experiences. Or, you know, if you've had people flip out and start fighting, I don't know, let me know all your cool stories about your experience in the hospital. And, yeah. So, I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Like I said, hit the subscribe button down below. Thumbs up as well. And, yeah.